This person feels so entitled to my life. You're upset with me because I tweeted back at you. And her answer to that was literally, and I f you not, she said it on the phone, and she also said it in text message and DMs, but I never thought you'd see it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to the Buzz House. If you're an OG subscriber, welcome back. And if you're here just because of the title of the video, I hope you subscribe before you go. I was not going to make this video because it just gives me a headache just thinking about one of the persons that I'm going to talk about today. But you guys requested, here it is. First, let me tell you guys, I hear you. You feel like I'm doing a lot of tea lately, but I am not home, so none of my subscriptions are here. I'm out of the country, and until I go back home, it's gonna be very difficult for I to do my regular content. Just be patient with me. I'm gonna try to balance both types of content in my channel. I don't have a niche, so I don't wanna be just tea, and I don't wanna just be reviews and stuff, but just talk to me. We have a requested video right now, and we're gonna go to that. I am going to talk about Gabbie Hanna today and this small content creator.
There was this small channel who I really don't know much about. I've never watched one of her videos.
I will not say the name of this small content creator, but you will see who it is. I'm going to call this small content creator T. Let me do a disclaimer before we start. Here in this channel, all I say is my opinion, and all the information is alleged. I made a timeline up myself. It will get pretty confusing, but I will try my best because it's a lot. I have never watched any of Gabbie Hanna's videos. I've heard of Gabbie Hanna and some of the situations that she's been involved in. Don't have any opinions about her because I really don't know her content. This other content creator, I was subscribed to her at some point, and I started seeing some things that I didn't like about her content, and I decided to unsubscribe to her. But if you are a subscriber to her, power to you. If you like it, whatever floats your boat. She is self-proclaimed a marketer. However, her content is heavily in criticism and evaluation of human behaviors and how they could have handled situations better based on her expertise in marketing, I think. In May 6th, this content creator posted a rant on Twitter. I just need to say in a separate tweet, at Gabbie Hanna, claiming fair use videos from your nicest critics. Complain that people don't support you enough. Cover a commentator who is openly your fan. Play the victim. Cool. You'll forever be in a scandal until you change. Wake up. If you don't support me, you're always going to be in a scandal. And that kind of snarky comment, they are not rare and far in between.
She was tweeting very angrily that I falsely claimed her YouTube videos. I have an MCN, Awesomeness TV.
Basically a Awesomeness TV or a MCN. It's a multi-channel network. Once you become a partner with that, it's pretty much automatically. They will scan YouTube for content that uses your image, and they will claim it. You just dispute it and give your reasoning for why you should not be claimed.
And then all you literally have to do is press a button that says dispute. They drop it. Unless you like just uploaded my work, 9 times out of 10 they're going to drop it.
And apparently Gabbie Hanna answered to her.
She very promptly replied to me and though she did not apologize for the copyright claim.
Gabbie was gracious to reach out and say, I'll deal with it. And she still expects an apology.
She said, sorry I tweeted so angrily. I'm usually so tactful. I'm a fan and a fire came out. Thank you for taking care of this right away and for being so quick to help. She put out another video about me and I was just like, whatever. And then she resent me this really nice text after she put out the video a few days being like, don't be pressured to respond, like I'm a really big critic, but it's because I only want better for you. And then I didn't respond, and like literally 10 minutes later she said, by the way, another false claim, just noticed. And then I didn't see it yet, and then she messaged me again and said, you asked me to reach out, looks like the claim wasn't lifted. And it's like, so you only send me a nice message when you want like a claim lifted, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is my first impression of this girl.
Instead of disputing, again, using Gabbie Hanna as her personal assistant. Even though Gabbie Hanna took care of the first copyright claim, she did not rectify on Twitter that she had been helped. And Gabbie Hanna had something to say about it.
Why aren't you as passionate about going back and being like, hey guys, why didn't you go back and correct that? Like, isn't that fair that you made a false claim? Then in my DMs, you're apologizing to me, saying I shouldn't have talked like that. I'm usually more tactful. And then why wouldn't you take that back? Because it shows me that you're willing to say something falsely. And then when it's corrected, you're going to apologize to me to my face, but then not go back and retract your public statement.
It legitimately never crossed my mind. I really do not delete things off of social media. I know that some people do. They tweet and delete and all sorts of stuff. That's not something I do, and it's not something I thought to do.
She says that she doesn't delete anything. However, Gabbie clearly says that she just wanted her to rectify. She's mentioning retraction and correction. She says that she never deletes anything from the internet. And we will get to that. So put a pin on this one.
It was sometime last weekend. I checked Twitter and I saw a DM from a guy. His DM said something along the lines of, hey, I don't know how I came across your video, but this girl that you're bashing in your video is somebody that I started talking to. I'm not like a stan of hers, but she's just this girl whose tweets I thought were funny, and I think you're being unfair to her. She's in a really rough spot right now. I had an inkling that he was talking about Gabbie Hanna, and so I looked at his profile briefly and saw that he was followed by Gabbie Hanna, and jokingly said something like, ooh, she's following you. You're like famous, right? And he was like, oh, stop. Over the course of the past week, he has almost exclusively stood up for Gabbie, which I respected and I do respect still.
She considers this guy a friend now. Now they're friendly and they talk, but she's aware of the fact that this guy also follows Gabbie. Keep this guy in mind because he's going to be weirdly important. Now it's June 14th. Gabbie Hanna goes into live and does her video on my toxic relationship with YouTube. She was having issues about her music, shadow ban, blah, 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 but we're not gonna discuss that in this video. At some point in her video, she talks about the fact that one person who she's been talking on Twitter with has told her that he noticed that most of the videos that showed up on his search were heavily tea videos.
I had a friend on Twitter who I just recently made, who he saw that I tweeted about being an indie artist charting on Billboard, and he found me because I was tweeting Black Lives Matter stuff. So he watched 3 music videos of mine and had never watched anything else about me, had never searched anything about me, literally didn't know who I was. Like literally he was like, send me your music, I want to know what's up. So when I sent him that, the next time he opened YouTube, everything was hate. He said, I'm so confused. Literally, let me read you our messages. Ever since I checked you out, I just reopened my YouTube. My YouTube algorithm has put videos of people calling you a scammer, a bad friend, crazy, how you're scaring people. These videos have a ton of views. I didn't watch any of them. I said, that's the issue. He goes, I'm here for your funny, clever tweets and cute ass pics and social justice. I said, it breaks my heart for real. He said, I closed YouTube. It's crazy they'll push those videos to me, but not your music or anything else. The thumbnails seem to be really catty, gossip girly type of YouTube beef. That's not my shit. Why is there so much hate about you? Is it all just lies and jealousy? I honestly don't really care, but I just want to make sure you're a good person. Like, I'm just a random ass Twitter guy. You don't owe me any explanations. So I said, it really is. It's all lies, provably and demonstrably. He said, honest to God. I said, honest to God. He said, okay.
And while she mentions that on her live, apparently he went to T, told her about it, allegedly.
Jim and I were speaking in DMs, and he said, oh no, she's talking about my conversations with her on her video. I don't like this.
T runs to Twitter and made it about herself.
And then she was going off on Twitter being like, why does Gabbie Hanna keep insisting I hate her? And I'm like, why does this girl think I hate her? Like, I literally don't. So I literally responded and I was like, I don't understand why you think I hate you. I literally never said anything about you. Like, you were far from my mind, basically, when I said this. Like, don't take it personally. If it doesn't apply to you, don't take it personally.
It makes very much sense that my video, or at least the one he saw, would fall under this umbrella of hate.
But does it though? Does it make sense? Can you imagine if every single channel who has ever spoken about Gabbie Hanna and the scandals that she's been in had taken her comments personally, and she named nobody, but this one channel thought it was about them? There's a name for that. And here she changes the story.
She said he reached out to me to say I was bashing someone, and why do that on the internet, and why do this catty girl bullshit.
But I explained to her, Jim reached out to me. Jim told me that I was bashing you in my video. Jim told me I should be nicer to you. And then Jim told you that he saw nothing but hate videos. So that's why I considered myself somebody under this umbrella.
But wait, I thought that Jim told you.
And he said, oh no, she's talking about my conversations with her on her video. I don't like this.
She contradicts herself in the same video, and nobody notices that. You know why? Because those two stories are in very different points of her video, and it's so much fluff in between that you are already bamboozled by the time you get to the second version of the story, that you're trying to keep up with all of the So she says two different stories in her video about what's going on with why did she insert herself and made herself believe that Gabbie was talking about her, when this person clearly came to talk to T about how uncomfortable he felt for being talked about, even though no names were mentioned, neither hers, neither his. She also didn't show any receipts of their interaction. So that's her word, or her two words. But one doesn't really involve her, and the second one doesn't really involve her either. Would you consider yourself under the umbrella of hate if you self-proclaim your channel constructive criticism? Why they see themselves so negatively?
She took something out of my live stream that had nothing to do with her, because I don't really know anything about her outside of her asking me to lift her claim. And she's saying that my friend is lying and that I tried to mislead something. It's like, but nobody's even talking about it. It just like doesn't make sense.
So I went ahead and explained, this is why I put myself under that umbrella of hate. It is because of what Jim said to me.
Jim told you he was uncomfortable with her talking about him on her live, allegedly.
What Jim said to Gabbie.
Jim said to Gabbie that he only found a bunch of T videos on her. Didn't say your name, neither did Gabbie.
And then what Gabbie told her audience.
Gabbie told her audience that there was a lot of T videos on her, and she's been experiencing problems with finding her stuff, or people finding her stuff. Still not about this creator. This started on the 14th during the live and still dragged on until the 15th.
I'm gonna give you my number. I gave my number to somebody who publicly is tweeting shit about me. Like, I'll talk to you.
And that's when it gets even worse.